390th was the first wing to be deactivated. 5 years later, in 1987, the last Titan IIs were deactivated, 24 years after the missile's initial development and deployment. The Cold War continued until 1991, when the Soviet Union dissolved into its member states. In this sense, peace through deterrence was successful, without either side launching a nuclear strike. Before going on the tour, I'd like to cover a few safety items. First, watch your head, especially if you're over 6 feet tall or around 2 meters, because there are many low beams in the silo access tunnel. Secondly, watch your step, especially on the stairs. Keep your eye out for any desert critters inside and outside of the silo, especially around doors and curbs where they like to hide. If you see one, remain calm, don't touch, back away, and let a staff member know and we'll take care of it. Also, please listen to your tour guide and any instructions they have. Also, save any questions until they say that they're ready for them. And lastly, thank you for visiting this National Historic Landmark, which is a window into the past.
Alright, so now that we know a little bit more about the missile and the Cold War, the part of the missile played in the whole idea of peace and deterrence, we're going to head down to the access portal, where we will descend 55 steps. We'll then head into the control center, we'll learn about the crew, we'll simulate a missile launch, we'll then head down the cableway to the silo and see an actual Titan II missile. So, now's the time, if you haven't already, make sure you have your gloves on. Also a reminder, masks need to be worn at all times and properly, which means over the mouth and the nose. If you have all that done, we're going to head on out. If you look for the concrete and asphalt meet, I'll do it behind you.
One of the projects that we, when I was stationed in Wichita, the dome there, or the cover, had a leak in it, so we had to fix that. I was with civil engineers, and I had to come out with the engineer and draw up
a picture of the hole.
just in the plumbing that he wanted to fix. To sketch it out, take it back to the office.
How'd you get there? In a helicopter or by land?
Hell, we went out by helicopter, but I think we drove out several times too.
They had the nuclear stuff at Ramstein. I was working on the
Alright,
camera.
so, as we heard in the video we just watched inside, the Titan II was an integral part of the whole idea of peace and deterrence. That meant that at a moment's notice, should we ever come under attack, they needed to be ready to enact mutually assured destruction. Now, they did this by having 24-hour shifts down the silos at all times. They would call these shifts alerts, and they would start these alerts from that gate behind you there. From that gate, they would make the first of a series of 4 phone calls. The first phone call is to let the current alert know that the next shift is here and to get the gate open. At which point they would have 3 minutes to make it from that gate to this access portal with themselves and any equipment they might need for their alert. Now if they did not make it within those 3 minutes, the security police would be called. They would show up in a vehicle like that one behind you there, and they would deal with the situation. Now they did this.
That's an old one.
So if there was something wrong, say they had been infiltrated or something else had gone wrong, they wouldn't need to worry about a special phone call, not special phone call, a special code word to say at the phone. All they would need to do is slow down, not make it within 3 minutes, and the security police are notified and they come and deal with the situation. Now, the second phone call is made at the bottom of this first flight of stairs. This phone call is to confirm that they have indeed made it within those 3 minutes. Once that phone call is made, the commander would then go in through the door into the next area. The next area is what's called the entrapment area. That is the only place in the entire site where there would have been a camera. Now, earlier in the day at the base, the commander would have been given a code on a piece of paper. The purpose of this third phone call, which is made from within the entrapment area, is to read that code off. If the code is correct, they will then burn the piece of paper, stick it into the red coffee can, which you'll see hanging in the entrapment area, at which point the door to the entrapment area would become unlocked and they can proceed down to the bottom of the access portal for their fourth phone call. We're now going to head down to the bottom of the access portal, so if you'll come this way.
Goes in.
What's that?
Make sure your dad are coming with me. Go on.
All the way down here through that door, all the way down that stairs. Alright, so, watch your head, watch your step. If you need to use the handrail, do so.
Then this car right now.
You're welcome.
Crowded.
Huh?
People that will be in.
Where are those to go? Did we go to go?
I don't know. So what I told we did. I think we did.